Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this message, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I am a woman who is aged 28 years old, and I have my own story that I want to share with you. And this story of mine, it happened like a very long time ago when I was around about somewhere between 14 and 15 years old. That is when this story happened to me. So all these years, I never understood like what that guy was trying to do with my body. It is only after I came across your channel, now I am able to understand that this guy, whatever that he was trying to do with my body, he is one of those guys that you always call ritualist. So back in those days, a lot of people, they were using your Samsung 250s and your Motorola V360. So I had my own Samsung E250. That is the phone that I was using at that time, and I was using Mxit at that time. I then met this other guy on this other platform. This guy, he said that he was in Durban, but this guy, he was not a South African by origin, but he was saying that he had successfully gotten some papers here in South Africa, that he was not originally South African. He was telling me a lot of stories, like when he came here, he was then adopted by this other family. So that is how he became South African. Me and this guy, we spoke for a very long time. This guy at that time, he was telling me that he wanted to invest in a business that I could not even understand. So this guy, he started giving me money, and most of these times whenever he would give me money, he would send it straight to my mom's bank account. And as for my mom, I had lied to her that this money, it was part of this other program that we were doing at school. My mom was someone who never investigated anything. Whenever this guy would send me some money, then I would go and take that money. Each and every time when I would request anything from him, this guy would always say, "It is fine, just give me a day, I am going to give you this money." Mind you, my brother, I was like really young. I was still a teenager. Then this guy, he then started teaching me like how to make love to someone, like using text messages. Me and this guy, we will start talking like on Mxit throughout the night, just chatting and chatting without ever stopping. It reached a point whereby I was so much addicted to the way that this guy had taught me how to make love using text messages. Me and this guy, after speaking with each other, we used to speak like he would load some airtime on my SIM card, and we would talk throughout the night. The guy then told me that he wanted to fly out of the country. So before he could fly out of the country, he wanted to meet up with me. I was really scared, my brother, but at that time I was in love with this guy. I had trusted him so much. So he then came to our province and he said that there was this other guy that he wanted to meet up with. He said that this guy owned an engineering company, so they were about to get a tender, like there was somewhere where they were busy maintaining the roads, so his own company was going to become part of that tender process. So he had to come to my province first. After that, he would then return back to his country just for a little while. I then said, "It is fine, when you are here you can tell me." But what amazed me, my brother, I am staying in Mpumalanga, and this guy, he was saying that he's in Durban. So I woke up in the morning and this guy was like, "Already, I am here in Mpumalanga, I am at such a place, can I come and pick you up?" And this was like around 4 a.m. in the morning. So I said, "No, why don't we wait until it is like in the afternoon, after I have bathed, done my hair and stuff like that?" But this guy, he kept on insisting, and he said that he wanted to see me because he had other business plans. My brother, I did everything in secret without my mom ever knowing that this was what I was doing. I then said, it is fine, you can come. And as he was like driving to our place, there was no like your GPS back in those days. So we were on the phone and I was telling him that now that you are at this garage, if you use this road, then you arrive at our place. That guy, he then came and he picked me up. When I looked at him, he seemed to be someone that is not wealthy. That is what bothered me, because this guy, he was just wearing a work suit and he was just wearing some sandals. So I was questioning myself, like, this guy, the way that he used to send his pictures to me on Mxit, he seemed to be someone that was really wealthy. But now that I was seeing him like in real life, the guy didn't even look like he was rich at all. The only thing that I refused was when this guy said that he wanted me to go with him, like to accompany him back to his country, because he was like, I am going to buy some diamonds there in Zim, so if you go with me, then we can help each other, and when we return back, we can see how much we are going to get after selling those diamonds. And I was really like scared, because I was really young. My brother, this guy then started controlling my mind. He then told me that he knew this other guy who had like an aviation academy. Since I wanted to be a pilot, he was going to speak with that guy so that the guy can get me into that academy. Then my dream of becoming a pilot, it was going to become true. And I was really young, my brother, just a young teenager that was filled with fantasies. This guy, when he said that he had bought a ring for me, I then fell like for him. He said, can we go somewhere, like at any place where you want us to go and chill? Initially he had said that let us go to a hotel, but I was scared. He was also scared because I was like underage. I saw that he was really scared. He drove his car, my brother, and we then found this other place where people were just chilling. It is like in a bushy area, but not that dangerous. So he parked his car there, and then we started like kissing each other, touching each other. This guy, he then started sleeping with me, and I was like, no, but I've been keeping myself for a very long time and I do not want to do this. So I refused to sleep with this guy. My brother, just when I had refused to sleep with this guy, that was when I looked at his manhood. So the first thing that I saw was that the guy, he was not like circumcised, and I was like, maybe in their culture that is what they do. But I then looked again, my brother, I didn't see his manhood. In place of his manhood, I saw that there was a lizard. The thing that I had thought to be his foreskin, it was actually a lizard. So when this guy saw me like holding his manhood, and as I was trying to look properly, this guy then jumped, because like we were at the back seat, I was lying on the back seat and he was like on top of me. So when I was holding his manhood and when I kept on looking at it, this guy then jumped out of the car and he then zipped his trousers and he started complaining as he was walking around the car, and he was like, what more do you want? I've been giving you a lot of money. Just when he was about to go on the other side of the car so that he can come towards the place where I was seated on the car seat at the back seat, that was when a police van started driving towards the place where we were parked. The guy then got into the car, then he started speaking with me very softly, and he was like, please, when they ask you your age, do not tell them like how old you are, because this was like very early in the morning, somewhere around just past 6 a.m. Then the police van came and the police started speaking with that guy that I was with. They asked for his license and his documents. They just looked around, and when they looked around, that was when they saw me in the car and they asked me my age. This guy had already told me that I was supposed to tell them that I was above 18. Those police officers didn't believe me, but I just told them that I was above 18. Then they drove off. But my brother, now after listening to all of your stories, I just wonder what that guy wanted to do with my body. Maybe soon after removing my virginity, there was something that he wanted to do with the blood that was going to come out. Like right now, like when I sleep with a guy, this thing that I saw on his manhood, it has affected me in such a way, like if I want to sleep with someone, I properly check, because the thing that I saw on his manhood, it really traumatized me. I don't know how many girls he ended up sleeping with simply because he will give you a lot of money. And for a moment, this guy, he had me fooled, he had me seduced, and I was totally into him, and I actually believed that I was going to become his wife. But thanks God, he revealed everything to me before this guy was going to do something evil with me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins.